My name is Vasbinder. I'm the director of Paralimes. And on behalf of NTU and A-Star, who's co-organizer of this 10 series, we are very warmly welcome you all to this 7th session of 10 on 10, the Chronicles of Evolution. A special welcome, of course, to our two speakers, Sa Finch, did I pronounce it right? Good. And Nick Enfield, and of course to Sydney, who is came up with the whole idea. Oh, sorry. I said, of course, very welcome to you. Almost all of you, I think, have been here in previous sessions, so we'll go quickly through the routines so that we all know what we're up to. Both speakers will have 45 minutes to talk. And after the first speaker is Tukumse. After the first speaker, there will be a 5 to 10 minutes break. And then we'll have the second speaker, Nick Enfield, and then we have combined Q&A session. And that will be chaired by Balash, who's also a co-organizer of these events. So now, before I give a short introduction of the 10 on 10, can I ask you to just switch off your telephone in case you haven't done it yet? Or put it to silent. I'll do it myself so that I'm sure that it didn't take much time. So, thank you for that. And a short introduction. Balash and I have been having a great privilege to be visiting and talking with Sydney for almost 2 years now. Mostly over drinks and dinner, and discussing science in general, but especially the science that Sydney is very good at, and evolution. Of course, on evolution, Sydney has a great many ideas. And so as we moved on, the ideas sort of developed that it would be nice to develop an evolution club in Singapore. And that would be sort of modeled, was the idea, to the RNA Thai club in, oh sorry, still, I'll do it this way. Okay, this better? Okay. It was going to be modeled to the RNA Thai club in Cambridge, which was at the end of the 50s, early 60s. That was a gentleman's scientist club that select individuals. There were only invited members. And they involved themselves in it. They dealt with the manner in which, understanding of DNA and the manner in which it relates to proteins and the ability to read the message in DNA. Now the meetings of the RNA Thai club, and that's what's really appealed to me a lot, were very friendly, the cordial affairs, and they involved a lot of cigars and alcohol. The meetings allowed, though, the bonding of close friendship between the members, and as a result, the creation or the development of great ideas that were then taken to research. So the RNA Club was a very good example of what we want to do. But it turns out you need members for the club. And so when we thought about how to do it in Singapore, we thought we first have to do something to see really who is involved and who wants to be involved in research on evolution. So as we moved on in the ideas, then Sydney came up with a brilliant idea to set up a series of lectures along a logarithmic scale, starting with 14 billion years ago with the Big Bang, and then every next step is factor 10 closer to the present time. So we've been now through 6 of those sessions, and I think this is the 7th. So I'm not sure the 10 to the what we are, but we've come close from the Big Bang to the development of cells to, I'll show you on the slides in a minute. And so now we're close to present time, which is the development of language. As we had developed this idea, we talked about it with Benjamin Seed, who I haven't seen yet, but he is our partner in A-Star, and they immediately embraced the idea. And so but of course the idea of the Evolution Club had sort of disappeared in the background. So not entirely, because on the 10th of December, 10 minutes to 10, was 2016, but this was, Benjamin, Balazs, Sydney, Asifa, and myself set up the Evolution Club in Singapore. So it's existing, it's totally informal. The only thing we do is to organize these sessions at the moment. But eventually in the future, if if interest in research on evolution grows, that club may actually come into being and become a real research club. Okay, let me just show you very quickly where we are at the moment. So as I said, Sydney is the founding father of this Chronicle of Evolution. And this is the time scale, 10 to the 10th to today. We started on the 21st of February with a talk by Sydney, who explained why we need to talk about evolution, and by John Barrow, who talked about the origin and evolution of the universe. And so we went on to the origin of cellular life, to the development of the nerve net, to the early development of vertebrates, to the evolution and diversity of fishes, to the evolution of sex. All this took place, at least this particular session took place in the aquarium in Sentosa Island as a background. And not last time, the time before last time, we talked about the human evolution in Africa and the Neanderthal, to the extent that Neanderthalers are still present in ourselves. And last time we talked about, Atsushi Eriki and Seri Shanovsky talked about the evolution of the brain. And this time we will talk about the evolution of language. Now, just to give you an idea where we will go from here, this is the evolution of language, the origin of language. In September we will talk about the Anthropocene and the cultural evolution. There will be Steve Lansing and Roland Fletcher. In October we will talk about the origin of technology and modern history. And then in November we will talk about the contemporary age and man-made future. And we had a request or a comment that we had so far no women among our speakers. Well, we have invited Helga Novotny, and as Balazs said, she stands for 10 men, so that should be all right. And then on the 11th of December, we close with a sort of an epilogue, with Sydney summarizing the whole evolution, I guess. That's the way you can. And we will talk about the evolution of evolution. So you can mark all those dates in your calendar, they're set. They will not all be here. The next one will be in the National Library, but we'll let you know in due time.